Okay, I believe it's working, and we are live. Good day, my dear fans. Welcome to another thuncast with your host, Thunburn1, aka Raven Marine. But for short, you can just call me Thunburn. Today, we have a guest today. A man who actually was part of chaos, but seemingly not so. I give you the man, the myth himself, Shield. Tell me, Shield, how has your day been going?
My day is going ever depressing.
Oh, why so?
I have to fight you on a constant basis.
uh, well, we all have something to do within life, and that is mostly a hassle also. But with it's also hard with the different time zones, and some of us would have family. But however, we are here, and we are here to talk about your past, the present, and the future of IOM. So, here is the first question for you. How did you find IOM? Uh,
I was. Hold on. Um. Considering that I am not in IOM, shouldn't this question be centered around chaos side of stuff? Of course,
well,
without.
within the Imperium of Man standards, we called it IOM. If you want, we can probably go for the you know what? IOM community, Imperium of Man, because that's where old factions originate. You can admit that, right? So you know
We
what? We
are
can.
technically all based around the Imperium, so yeah?
You know what? For the purpose of this question, and since the purpose of the different faction that you are in, we're going to say this. How did you find the chaos of IOM? Maybe you can answer that.
Yeah. So it started on a very boring day. I decided to look up for Warhammer groups on Roblox because, you know, when one is bored, one does anything. So as I ended up joining Revens in Chaos, didn't even get to experience the actual genre, but I don't think I wanted to, purely because everything I got told was horrible. And then a few days later, Frentis decided he would join the genre that your IOM is in. And I came alongside him. And I joined up with him as a cultist of Zinch.
Interesting. So beyond all of that, we went through the old process of trial and tribulation back in the day, if I'm getting that correct.
Yep.
Hmm. Was it rough? Was it harsh? Or were you not there for the majority of it?
I joined. I experienced some of the bullshit, not enough to really value the genre, but I'm glad I left because I'm having more fun in this genre than the one I was in.
Hmm. I see. Alright, very valuable information. Good to know on that. Also, by the way, I'm just gonna let you know now, and for the fellow viewers, my mistake, that these videos of the podcast will not be edited in any sort of way. This will be a learning experience for me and a learning experience for many other people who are probably new to podcasts, already been to podcasts. Besides, it would already probably be funny how much we would stutter on a daily basis, if you know what I mean.
Oh, don't I know?
Anyways, second question. What was your journey like in Chaos IOM? We could probably call it Chaos IOM if you would like.
I would prefer to just call it chaos because this is getting confusing to me at this point.
You know what? Chaos.
It was a nightmare, I'll be honest.
Hmm.
Because whenever I first joined, Chaos was a disjointed mess. Not only was the Discords separated, we didn't even have a main Discord to be in. So that made coordinating for literally anything a genuine nightmare. And on top of that, custodies were not limited to specific certain requirements before they could deploy. So it ended up having if during that time, if you were a cultist of chaos, most of the time you spent your time stuck on the hill, getting shot at by custodies and being AoE'd by plasma. Not a fun experience, and I'm glad that everything has since changed.
Man, beyond the old perspective of being chaos was actually really, really awful. To think that
Yep.
I had a different concept where you chaos actually had the numbers and all, but it just doesn't seem right. What you're trying to tell me is that you barely lack any communication, and you and some of your cultist buddies would just charge into battle, not even caring in the world for who dies and who lives, as long as the.
This was even before the legions, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors. This was all before those became a thing.
And how did this how did
It
these communication meetings of the sort actually came into fruition? Did you have to make some sort of discord of your own just so you can communicate with your fellow
Someone already
friends?
had one lying about, so we just joined it. It's still a bit messy because some of the permissions are fucked, and it's. I mean, we actually are cohesive and coordinated now, so I'd say we're doing better than we were.
I see. Well, at least those times have simply been over.
Mm.
We are now almost there to the golden age, and the reason why I say almost because there are many people out there who are still looking for a good Warhammer 40k genre, something that they can hold on to and never let go, and represent
And
any other
enjoy.
faction. Exactly, and therefore they would want to at least, well, wait for it or try to find it, and we are here. Even though we have a wide variety of factions at the works and many new things coming up for other new factions, we are still not there at the Golden Age yet. So, with this being out of the way, you got a new place where you can actually snipe, which is honestly, in my opinion, very annoying. And you also got more heftier, more Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines of that matter, though that they are not
I
experienced, they are merely motivational enough to just say that they can yell out, "Blood for the blood gods." uh, Alright. Third question. What's your position like in chaos?
would it be all right if I explained the goings on about the trader legions because this involves me getting to the position I've gotten to?
Now, we are not going to go into too in depth with the many situations. You see, even though that this is a podcast that will allow our fellow viewers, what the our fellow viewers to merely get a better understanding on IOM standards or how the group operated back in the day, we do not want to spoil ourselves with valuable information. Therefore, I think that this conversation that you're trying to bring up here will not be validated. So it would only be
Oh no,
best to do.
I don't want to bring up any of the things that happened. Merely what I was doing at the time, just what I was, stuff like that.
Okay. You know what? All right. I'll give you a chance on what was your position like in chaos. We can just move on from the question if you would like. Would you want to?
No, this would be when the trade relations started up. I was helping out with the Iron Warriors. I chose to help out them purely because at the time the leader, who will remain unnamed for obvious sake, seemed like a very chill guy. I'm not going to go on about much of him because he doesn't need to be stated. But I I tried to recruit a lot of members. We ended up getting 50, and because of my efforts in that, I got placed as Dark Apostle. And then I just did weekly patrols and training. Then it just ballooned from there, I guess.
Hmm.
Then after that, the event that we will not talk about happened, and stuff also happened. And it has now led to me to be in the position that I am in as Chaos Lord of the Iron Warriors Warband.
I see. So, even though the your morphs are not out yet, which are currently in the works, do you have access to the Chaos Space Marine arsenal?
Yes, I do. I have been making very good use of it since I was appointed the Dark Apostle.
Hmm. I see you on the field of battle as a mere warrior of chaos, but I never expected you to have this sort of determining spirit. I would often see you kill like a couple of the soldiers here and there of the Imperium, and then when it came to the other Space Marine battle brothers, you would cease to win, or have a lucky chance of winning. Is it give me an honest opinion here. Do you think that people such as yourself deserve more training as a Chaos Space Marine?
Personally, on the aspect of Astartes, I am personally on the more chill side of standards, where I think as long as you can work together in a team and you can relatively not die to bloody guardsmen, you'll be fine.
Hmm.
Like, my main issue as Astartes is that I choke when I'm doing 1v1s. It's always been my problem in anything, really.
I see.
I do better when I have backup.
Well, that is what the chaos. What is that the chaos is? Backup is the only thing that keeps chaos space marines morale going, and what allows them to have some sort of ulterior motives whenever they try to go for a side gut punch, if you know what I mean, as in a
Yep.
perfect flank.
I even have two, if you wouldn't mind, I've got an actual very good medal clip of this, if you would allow me to post it.
I don't. Hmm. I
It
don't
is
think.
my tactical acumen being shown, and I do believe it would be very telling of me if I am allowed to post it.
Well, uh, with me honestly getting a good experience within these podcasts, I would say no, because remember, we are on a technical deadline here.
Understandable.
But don't worry, when the podcast when it gets more adjusted, evolve, then we can actually do some of those YouTube that video watch, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Alright, fourth question. What are you going to do in the near future in Chaos?
I plan to bring back the Iron Warriors and show that whilst all the work we all put in for wasn't put to waste. That
Hmm.
is simply my goal. But I also wish to ensure Chaos doesn't implode on itself like it has been doing as of late.
Yes, I've heard of the countless disappointments beyond Chaos. Some people wanted to quit because they couldn't even stand a chance. Other people would want to betray Korn and join the Emperor's will just for a glorious, exciting moment. In the mere end, Chaos is the mere superior faction that gives the Imperium of Man's blood flowing. Because there are some occasions where the Iron Warriors and the Black Legion can truly put up a fight and truly impress the Space Marines of the Ultramarine back in the day and the Dark Angels. I would honestly would want to say for the fellow Chaos viewers who are out there, please do not forget of your position within Chaos. You may not have the best weapons, nor the best guns that can counter mere Space Marines, Necrons, or even Eldar, but you are still a glorious thing that is prized within the IOM community itself. And I would ask of you, fellow Chaos viewers, to do not squander it. And you can actually take it upon Shield's example. But though it has been such a shame that the Iron Warriors had to go out like that, many people were working on it and they had lost their positions. I truly
To
give...
be fair, every legion had to go out like that.
Yeah. I truly give you a helmet take off, and a mere downhead, knowing that you guys were one of the greatest units of all time. The one defense that I can truly remember that you Iron Warriors was able to pull off for so long was that siege battle at Hall of Martyrs. When that place was
that was glorious. I wasn't there, but I heard the stories.
Yes, you got the Iron Warriors are truly hold a valuable defense. They put the Imperium of Man to shame on that one day, which got like almost half of the Imperium of Man had to get those lives situated, full on, put on the shoes of just, well, hassle and just training to figure out some strategies the next time whenever you Iron Warriors ever strike. And therefore, beyond that Hall of Mortar situations, I believe that you guys deserve a fort of your own to defend.
Whilst I do not have myself a fort, I do have myself a very, very useful cult.
Indeed.
I believe even you have I believe even you have felt the wrath of the Asian Brigade, as we both call it.
Oh,
within Chaos, that is.
I honestly really thought that was merely a joking maneuver, just to say that there are people who can actually be active at this hour. But wow, I actually really didn't know that it existed until now.
The Asian Brigade, actually, the clip I was hoping to show you was me leading the Asian Brigade
and
scaring the fuck out of one of the Dark Angels.
No way.
It's one of my favorite things.
I'm not gonna state the
on
name
three
of the
separate
Dark Angel.
occasions now. On 3 separate occasions now, we've actually managed to caught poor Loop, one of the Dark Angels, by surprise and completely just swarm him.
Oh god,
that is why I wanted to post the clip.
In the near future, you're going to have to send me that clip so I can full on see it with my very own eyes. Truly a glorious moment right there. Alright, the last question. What do you think of Chaos?
Well, right now it is in a
wait. Let me be specific here. What do you think of the community?
Say that again?
What do you think of the community?
The community is very welcoming in Chaos. We don't prefer to do things as strict as the Imperium has, purely because that's not the whole point of Chaos. Chaos is supposed to be a mismanaged group of, if I may put it lightly, a mismanaged group of idiots.
I see.
And I have been having more fun in Chaos than I think I would have had in IOM.
I'm glad that you see it like that way. What about other communities like IOM, Eldar, Necrons, even the Gene Stealer cults and Orcs?
I have heard not so good things on their end. You see, because the Necrons only get on for events at the best of times. The Orcs are non-existent because their stuff has not been added, and the Eldar are, pests, to say lightly.
I knew you were going to go for that. I knew that you were going to go for that.
I genuinely hate the Eldar snipers more than anything in the world, purely because if I was a cultist, though, I would probably have left the genre by now.
We be glad that the Eldar were only added from now. It was already done worse that they had snipers that can barely be seen from mile away, and their shot would be so invisible that you can't even dodge it. And the next minute you know, they give them artillery to rain down fuel station and lock onto any poor opponent who stands within the way of the rockets. And the so menacing part about it is the sound that they make. Oh god, that's just something from World of Wars that will truly just give you the goosebumps within your mere armor or foreskin.
You know the best part about that? All I need to do to kill an Eldar is walk up and quite literally push them to death. And they will go flying.
You know, I would honestly want to try that. Actually.
It works as long as the combatant isn't melee or a Dark Reaper.
You figures. I had my fair share of getting full on ambushed from behind, and I have not had
I have not had the experience of the Dark Reapers yet, and I'm not sure I wish to.
Well, for my shoes, don't do it. And I mean, don't come out of your fort if you want to not see the god or see.
I'll just grab an autocannon and aim for the head.
I would also want to do the same because I'm just so frustrated of those snipers. But
it's a damn shame you don't get autocannons, isn't it?
True that. But with life just truly adapting, I need to adapt as well. With that out of the way...
Ain't that the truth?
Yep. With that out of the way, all the questions have been answered. Thank you, Shield, for participating within this podcast. And hey, that also goes to show that even Eldar, Necrons, Orcs, or anyone can be part of the podcast. As long as you give a good, honest opinion about the community that you're with, and the full community in general, that is when the true spark of other people can be expressed. Thank you for having this time, Shield. And with that out of the way, my dear fellow friends, I will bid you all adieu. You all have a wonderful...
Iron within, iron without.
Oh. Like Shield said, you all have a wonderful day and enjoy yourself. Thank you for Shield for giving his fellow words, and thank you for all of you for listening for this. I hope you all have a good bit of knowledge that you learn for today within this podcast. We are now on episode 2, and hopefully in the near future, we can do much, much more. Have a wonderful day, my dear friends. Have a good day. Oh, and one more thing. Shield, you have any parting words to say?
Death to the false emperor!
Not over my dead corpse!
Not over my dead body! Wait.
Log end.